Hello, welcome to the channel. Let's have some fun Pokemon today. I'm gonna have real fun with Malamar, but it surprisingly works well. Win or lose, you can. It's so fun to knock out some big Pokemon with this guy. But it's the Minchino, the little cutie right there, that'll evolve into the Cinchino. So you have draw with Make Do to help you out. Basically, you just want to get a lot of cards in hand so you can do more damage with your Malamar. And then, of course, Oricorio GX is there to help out with stuff. I did want to have two, but then it's, boss bait, sadly, but we'll see how it works. Octillery finally feels great. Like, this deck was like, Octillery was made for this Malamar. And as of now, we still have Mew, and we need to protect our little guys on the bench. Evolution Incense, Level Ball, Fog Crystal, so you can search out your Pokemon, or with Fog Crystal, you can search out an energy if you wanted to. Brawly, he's a Rapid Strike card, basically good for discarding for Malamar's effect, but you can also put stuff on the bench. Korrina's Focus will be the focus card that you constantly want to get. For some draw, get a big hand, hopefully get a lot of stuff to shuffle back into your deck with Malamar. Tower Waters, need that retreat cost? Boom. Or shuffle back in. Ordinary Rod, you're going to need Ordinary Rods to shuffle your fallen Inkays and Malamars. Speaking of shuffling back in, Palpad to help bring back some Korrinas. Boss's orders for those. Ha, there, we got it. We win type of situations. Bruno. I keep getting Bruno and Brawly confused sometimes when I'm speaking. But Bruno, yourself's going to get knocked out. You shuffle. Boom, you got a big hand. Erica Hospitality. You can draw into a nice big hand with that as well. Pardon my chair. It is a squeaky chair. And before we say goodbye to her, might as well use her one more deck that would be fitting for Erica's Hospitality. Air Balloons for some retreat. Three Psychic and 4 Spiral Energy. Spiral Energy also being a Rapid Strike card. Our attacks only need 1 energy, and I feel like that 1 extra Psychic is better than a lot of people using the 6 energy build, because you need it. And again, I love that artwork on Inkay. That's so cool. But then Malamar, 40 for each Rapid Strike card you show back in. Cinchino there to help. You saw the Rapid Strike, Octillery there to help. Oricorio, Mew, everybody's helping. Draw big hands, and you can take down the mightiest of Pokemon. Thanks to a lot of these cards and showing off all the different Rapid Strikes that we have that you can shuffle back in for Malamar's attack. Another nice Malamar. Malamar's been getting some good cards lately. I really like his VMAX, and this is really cool too. Let's try a battle out, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you could, hit the like button, subscribe, comment what you think of the deck, other builds of the deck, and just your thoughts of the future, I guess, of what they could possibly still do with Rapid Strike and Single Strike. I don't know. Alright. So, Zacian. I feel like it's safe to put that on there because, hey, if they get all the energy they need on him to attack and let that little guy out, more power to him. Okay. So it's a dark deck? ADP dark deck? Interesting build. I really like my hand. I had my Evolution. I had the Octillery, which I could have grabbed. Wow. Thanks a lot, Marnie. It's like, wow, I like my hand. Oh no! Marnie's gonna happen! I mean, holy cow, I got absolutely nothing. And that's going to cost me the game, isn't it? Because I'm going to dead draw, and I'm going to be 1 turn behind when I could have just started attacking right away. Yep. That Marnie screwed me over. Ain't that something? I mean... I could have Marnied in and get rid of Zacian right then and there. You've got to be kidding me. And then we'd be ahead in the prize game. Oh, that's some BS. You gotta love it. Because we were ahead. We went first. You can go ahead. We can evolve. We had Octillery. We definitely could have gotten enough to draw in and do enough damage to knock him out. So we lost. I'm predicting it already. That cost us a turn. That just screwed us over and cost us a turn. Because it's possible I need to get 7 rapid strikes. Set up my hand as best as I can. And I just know if I put Oricorio down, I'm screwed. See? I mean, dang, we really got screwed on this. I mean, even if I would have grabbed the Malamar, so I could have at least attacked. I don't even know what to grab. That Marnie really... It's amazing how, again, that's just the game. So, don't be discouraged whenever you go against someone and you think, and they act all like, oh boy, I've got the skill, and they're bragging about how good they are and stuff like that. They can get screwed over by a Marnie, or a reset stamp. Or just the player looking on top decking the boss for the win. All the game is, there's strategy involved in this game, but it still depends on what you draw. So don't ever get discouraged when someone's sitting there being all smug, because you've seen it in play a lot where they start making little heart faces and smiling like they're smarting off. Don't worry about it, because that person loses a lot of times against what should be like the worst decks sometimes too. So there, this is just a card game. Don't get full of yourself thinking you are a master, you have skill, you have talent, when anybody can build the very same deck that that person builds and win with it and lose with it. Because that really screwed us up. That Marnie was like, we had a nice hand, and then that Marnie get rid of the nice hand for a brick hand. And because of that, it's just... Let's say we knock out ADP here. They knock out... I mean, it's easy for them to win, because they have enough stuff for these other ones to attack with. Let's count our hand here and see what we got. We have 6. I mean, we'll have enough. So let's get the Malamar. But it's like, if we could have had this 2 turns ago, I feel like we would have won. Because we would have knocked out the Zacian. Then by the time they set up ADP, we're not done ADP. We just need 1 prize. And this deck can really... I've gone against this deck. Again, like I'm saying, don't get cocky and full of yourself in this card game. It's a card game. Anyone can cookie cutter these decks. That's what people do. These decks are all cookie cutter decks, for the most part. And anybody can pick this up if they, can get the packs, get the trades, whatever, and play the game. And win with it, and also lose at the same time with it. There's nothing special about it. Because I had my ADP, No, it was the Ice Rider. And I'm like, they need to have this much on him to knock him out. And then they lucked out and go, hey, My whole entire hand, I had all that in there. They drew and then looked out, and that's the power that this deck can do. Look at that. We knocked out ADP. If anything, that's what you like to see. Knock out that big, stupid card, and don't let ADP, don't let the door hit you on the way out come rotation. There, buddy. As good a deck it is, it's just a very boring deck. Kind of like, I like the Decidueye deck or the Altarias. They're fun decks, but they get to be very boring when you don't let your opponent play. And this is like, again, no skill involved with ADP when you do his GX, and it's like, oh look, I can get 4 prizes off a Pokemon, while your other decks struggle to... So it's like, yeah, the game made a really broken, stupidly broken, that's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist worthy card. And now they're making things, I think, a little too cautiously, because like, oh, every time they do something stupid like that, it gives something that big a thing. Instead of just banning that, I don't know why they couldn't, or alter the, ADP, but I'm not for that. I think the card's great, and I really do hate when they ban and alter cards. I hate that when they do that in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, just, if you're going to change the effect on the card or add it, just let it stay banned. So, ADP is a great card, but now it's like when they do something like that, every time they do something big like that, they end up, whoops, now we got to water down something that's like, this card would be really good if you didn't weaken it. So then they'll end up making something bad again and be like, whoops. Because I think the last few cards, even Shadow Rider, like everyone's really worried about Shadow Rider Calyrex and how broken he is, and I agree, that card's kind of a stupid card. Like, damn, that's really good. But I've beaten it quite a lot. It's easy to beat, so I mean, I don't see... So it's not like, just like ADP is easy to beat. Stupid card, broken effect, but the deck really falls if you get it before it does its GX. But I love this deck, Malamar. We took down an ADP with a little Malamar, and I think we could have won this if they didn't Marnie us into a brick hand. Ugh. Curse you, Marnie. But we love you anyway, because you're still a good card. Even though, remember, you can't have more than 4 cards in your hand. That's the rule in this game. So, woo, we knocked down. It's not like I'm going to be needing any of these anyway. If only there's a way to find space and, really creep up his attack or something. But there's that. That was fun. If we didn't get screwed over for 2 turns, obviously we would have won that. So they don't deserve anything. They can go poo on themselves. They only won because of Marnie. If not for that, they would have been crapping in their pants with, ADP, Zasha would have gone down, then ADP would have gone next, and they would have been gulp. So they only won because of the Marnie. Just like many games where I've only won because I top deck a boss, and I really hate winning that way. It's like, boy, I just got that boss, and that's the cheap way to win. You like to have a nice battle, and towards the end there, that was a nice battle. So that's the end of my ranting. We're going to go into the rest of this. Nah, it's a fun game. I love this deck. It's a good budget deck. Seriously, pick it up. Play it. I still feel like I want to use the lucky eggs. But then I'm like, what do I cut? What do I do? I know, obviously, you can probably cut the Erica or whatever, but I don't know. The lucky eggs really work, too, if you're getting a lot of draw. But I really like, again, right now, we got little Minchinos, both of them on here, so we're having a Chinchino deck. And my boy Gormanite Snorlax right there. But, of course, I can get this off to a good start against a weaker deck, right? Yeah. But I'm not complaining. So let's get the start here, have some fun, get it going, and it's going to be fun going against Charizard, which we don't have to discard as much, thankfully. But at the same time, I have a bad feeling they're going to draw too much because it's like when I go against when you have a low HP for one prize deck, you know what I'm saying, and then you go against what do you call it, a Mad Party, yet they still go through their deck like crazy and discard everything imaginable, and it's like why? My Pokemon, my main attacker is like 120. You don't need to discard everybody, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And yet they go through it and they pretty much deck themselves out. And it's like, why did you go through all this when you only need this many in the grave? I feel like they're gonna draw a lot with this Charizard and everything else and the Cinchinos, and they're gonna deck out or get close to decking out. Spoilers. Yeah, then because I can constantly shuffle my hand in, keep my deck large, and they, for some reason, just kept going and going and going to dig for something. And to the point where they just, yeah. But you get to see a nice single prize versus single prize here. Hope you enjoy the Malamar deck. Again, comment what you think is the best version of this deck. I'd be willing to try all sorts of versions of Malamar. I really like the card. It seems fun. It has been fun for what it's worth. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let's have some fun with this, right? Enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll see you next time.
Professor TCG.